how can you do your natural hair in college? How do you keep up with it? I'm just gonna tell you guys my schedule. Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. It is Shay Michelle and I am so happy you are joining me for another video. We're just gonna hop right into it because I have stories, y'all. This is a video about natural hair in college because it can be a struggle. It can be a struggle, but we're gonna make it through it together. Okay, so you guys, in college, you know, when I first stepped foot on campus, I had a half wig. Then I started wearing my natural hair because I was like going out so much and was like sweating and my hair looked a mess. Because, you know, we can't have, you know, natural hair on the top and then silky straight on the bottom. I'm not going out like that. So we went from half wig to natural hair to a sew-in with leave out. You know that's always your downfall, the leave out, to a sew-in with leave out, to braids. And this is all before Thanksgiving break, okay? So I literally was just hopping from hairstyle to hairstyle to hairstyle, okay? And then after Thanksgiving break is when I started to kind of slow down with everything. And this is all my first year of college. I had my natural hair. And so let me scratch that. It was not my natural hair, y'all. I had a sew-in with natural looking hair, and when I tell y'all, to date I still think this is one of my best looks, and I accomplished it 4 years ago, and I'm like, I gotta get back there. So yes, it was actually a sew-in, and so let me know in the comments if you want me to tell you guys the link and everything. But I still like love this hair, and so I've actually worn it again and bought more because it looks so natural. Like, everyone thought it was my natural hair, but you know, another drawback of having natural hair like sew-ins and like hair textures is you almost have to treat it like your natural hair and care for it and like detangle it, which, you know, if I was gonna detangle hair, I could detangle my own hair. And then I wore that hair for a few months. I wore that until spring break, and at spring break I put in another sew-in with straight hair. And so both these sew-ins I had closures, but of course the natural hair closure looked fine because like it matched my own texture. I had a little bit in the front out, but I did the same thing with the straight hair closure, and y'all, I looked a mess. I look at this and I was like, I don't know why my friends were still friends with me. I literally looked a mess, and I look at these photos and I say, this is a shame. Then at the end of freshman year, I then texturized my hair because in high school I was used to having texturized hair. Growing up, my mom like relaxed my hair until I decided to start doing my own hair in middle school. Then I would wear like kinky twists and stuff like that. And so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna texturize my hair because it's cute texturized, you know, silky straight. And so, well, not silky straight, but like silkier than what it usually is. For me, it was more manageable. So I texturized my hair. Biggest regret, of course, because I was on such a good natural hair streak. To think of where I could have been if I never did that. So then my sophomore year, I came back with my natural hair because I was like, I'm gonna swim more. I'm gonna swim on the swim club team, so let me wear my natural hair. And so I would just wear my hair in buns and like ponytails and puffs and stuff like that. But then obviously every girl's gonna get sick of that. I know I got sick of that. So a few months in, this picture is from October, I put some braids in, short braids, my first time doing short braids. That was very short-lived. After that, I went back to my half wigs because I was used to half wigs. In high school, I used half wigs. I was wearing half wigs in college, and it was not blending. Like, it was blending when I would go to the beauty salon. Another reason my friends should have sat me down and said, girl, you need to figure this out. Then finally, in May of my sophomore year, so at the very end of my sophomore year, I cut all of my like texturized hair off. And so then I like had a bob-ish type deal going on for a little bit. And then I kept going back and forth with hairstyles. My hair grew, blah, blah, blah. And then back in the summer of 2020, so last summer, last year, I cut my hair again because I had just been cutting my hair. One of my friends was like, are you going through a crisis right now? Because during October or November or something of my sophomore year, I had cut my hair even more because I wanted it all to like, I wanted to make sure I had no straight ends. And so when I cut my hair, it was like every single piece of my hair was the same length. And so the issue was when my hair grew longer in the summer, every single piece was the same length. So it was like I had like the front of my hair would go to here and then the back of my hair would go here, and I was just like, I would rather it be more cohesive. And so like get a haircut where then everything can be at the same length, because I liked that look when I cut it when I had cut it earlier the year before. I think I'm mixing up my years, but basically cut my hair the first time sophomore year, cut my hair again. Oh, this was actually junior year. That's what I mixed up. Cut my hair again junior year to all the same length. Then cut my hair the summer after junior year to then even it out again, but like even it out so it's all like at the same length instead of every piece being the same length, okay? And then from there, I've been like on my little natural hair journey. And so most of the time I wear wigs, because I kind of had to grow into wigs. As you can see, my first year I wore a lot of sew-ins with closures, just because I feel like, in my opinion, wigs are something you have to grow into. I feel like you have to get used to the look for yourself, because personally a wig can only look so real. And so the issue is, I think a lot of time my friends will come to me with wigs and be like trying to put them on and stuff like that, and I'm like, it looks fine because I'm used to how wigs look. Like, this is my look, people are used to seeing me like this. But then when they put a wig on, it's like noticeable, because one, no one's ever seen them in wigs. Two, they're not used to this look, because obviously a lace closure does not look like scalp, y'all. We can make it as close to the scalp color as possible, but your lace front is never going to look like your scalp. Like, it's just not. And so I think you just have to get used to it. It's almost like a mental, like, visual barrier that you have to get used to. And so me, I'm fine in my wigs. I'm confident. And I also think if you wear it with confidence, like, no one cares, you know? You're the only one that cares. But you have to get to that point. It took me years. I always tell people, like, my very first time wearing a wig was high school, and I wore it for a day. I took it off and never looked back. And then literally never looked back until my sophomore year. And that's when I started like wearing wigs and making them. Now that, you know, we have the gist of everything of high school, of college, how can you do your natural hair in college? How do you keep up with it? I'm just gonna tell you guys my schedule, especially when it comes to natural hair. So thinking about natural hair, if you wear your hair out or something like that, like, please don't neglect your hair. College is the perfect time to just try new looks and just continue growing your repertoire. And, you know, because in college we all look a little rough, everyone's sleepy, you know. People will remember you on your best days, not your worst. So I would say try new things. When I would have my natural hair out, once a week I would detangle and like condition. May not be like the intense deep condition, but I would definitely detangle with conditioner. So like it was getting a little something. And then other than that, I would just like wear a wash and go. When it came to wigs and weaves, I've gotten so bad at this. When I first got to college, I was way better, but I try to have whatever that is into my hair for at least a month. Because I feel like if it's not in there for at least a month, you're kind of defeating the purpose of like the protective style. So I would leave that in for a month. And so with that, I would oil my scalp. Depending on what my hairstyle was, like if I had braids or something, I would put leave-in conditioner on them, on the places that I know my hair is at. I would also make sure to wet it. Water is a key moisturizer, y'all. You can't do nothing without water. So make sure, like, don't be afraid of water. I know we're afraid to have our braids like frizzy and things, but just get a scarf. And at the end of the day, like I said, in college we all look a little rough. So like, care for your hair, because I would rather my hair look beautiful, my natural hair look beautiful by the end of my senior year, than like be too worried about my hair earlier on when everyone looks a mess. Because I'm telling you, no matter how your hair look, you're gonna look back at your first and second years of college and be like, I looked a mess. Like, I may have said to this day that my second year, that natural hairstyle was still one of my best to date. It definitely was. But if I could recreate it now, I would. Because I look better now than I looked then, if that makes sense. So yeah, I would say like make sure to try new looks, try new styles, keep up with your natural hair, detangle if your natural hair is out. If you're not in a protective style, detangle either every week or every other week. Try to keep up with that, just because I know my hair gets very dry and tangly. So if I didn't do that, I would just be looking even more awful. And so when I would do that, I would do my hair every weekend. I was a cheerleader at that moment too when I did my natural hair a lot. So I would usually do it after every football game. So I would do it Saturdays. And generally I would end up doing it like Saturday before a party, or I would do it like Sunday mornings. So you don't have, it's not like your day is like done, you know, like you can still go out. And so do that. And then if not, if you have your hair braided, then I would say just make sure to oil your scalp. Everyone's hair needs a little something different. My hair does better with moisturizer than it does with oil. So I usually put in a spray bottle a nice little 50, actually not 50, more like 70-30 mix of, more like 90-10 mix of water, and leave-in conditioner, or just normal conditioner because it's in water anyways. Just because one, you kind of have to dilute it a lot to get through the spray bottle, and two, I just don't want to have like conditioner just like sitting on my hair for so long. So I dilute it a ton, just so I can spray it and it'll be fine. And then other than that, I feel like just, you know, don't be so worried about how your hair looks. I think, in my opinion, in college, if you can walk with confidence, then your hair always looks good. And then also, like, everyone's struggling. There are so many people in my school that tried wigs, and I can 100% tell you no one's wigs looked good the first time they tried it. Like, no one had a good wig our first year. I don't know if I would even say people had good wigs second year, and that's when I started wearing wigs. So it takes time to like really figure out your look, and so college is the perfect time to do that. So yeah, I hope this video answered a ton of questions, but more of the story is explore, you guys. You know, try new things, do new looks, and just do it just fearlessly. You know, all that matters is what you think of yourself and how you view yourself, and every single person watching this video is absolutely beautiful and gorgeous, and just walk with confidence, you know, as you should. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope kind of showing you guys literally the way I just circled around a bazillion and one hairstyles just shows you that like it's totally okay to try new things, and like you may not always look your best, but who cares, okay? I don't. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, more ideas, especially because I have some new and fun upcoming videos. I'm kind of shifting the focus away from Harvard and undergrad, but I am going to grad school. If you guys follow me on social media, you're probably like, just put it in the video, like we already know. And so yes, but thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. I wish I could see myself, but from all the here I literally can't. Come closer. Hi everybody, and welcome back. I feel like I should be taller. Oh, I'm just gonna. Okay.